What is going on, guys? So today's video I want to talk about surprise findings I had while owning this vehicle. It's been 2 years and yeah, some of them are pretty cool, so let's talk about it. It's a hybrid, so starting from the left, it's very self-explanatory, but typically when you start the engine you don't hear the engine crank or engine noise. So once you see ready, that's when you could shift your car into drive. You could go ahead and move your car. All right, and most importantly, since it's also a hybrid, this EV sign right here, this is where you're coasting or you're running on batteries. So this is when you're actually driving efficiently. So that disappears once your engine turns on. All right, guys, so this is actually how much we average, almost 28 miles per gallon. But what I like to do is I like to set it to per trip average. So what we're gonna do, scroll over to the right, find that setup icon, scroll all the way down, settings, cluster settings, and we're gonna long press OK. Go to the leaf, go to fuel economy. And then what I like to do is I like to set it to trip average. Once you scroll over to this, you have every time it resets per trip. So I like that because it gives me more of an idea of how efficiently I'm driving per trip. All right, guys, so here we are in the infotainment system. When I first got the system, I wanted to access Apple CarPlay really quickly. But what I found was I had to go ahead and do everything in 2 steps. So I have to press audio and then press Apple CarPlay here, and it'll take me to Apple CarPlay music section. Now, once I press the map, it takes me to the stock infotainment system with the navigation. You can also press phone, but it takes you to the phone screen. But while you're driving, you want to access the maps, right? Basically, the easiest thing is to set your home screen into different widgets or tiles. So what I have right here, customize home screen. I change the layout, and this is my go-to. I have the driver's easy speak, the battery, music, and Apple CarPlay. So once you press Apple CarPlay, it takes you to the last page or last visited on the Apple CarPlay section. So if you have like Spotify running, then you go here, because I always revert back to here. If you want to go back to Apple CarPlay, it takes you directly to your last setting. Right. So the next tip, let's say we have the music running. Instead of reaching over to shut the volume down, you could quickly actually pause it by just pressing the mode button right here. So once you hold it, it pauses, and you hold it again, it plays. So it's much quicker using live radio, so I'll show you guys right here. You could just hold it. It's much quicker because it's not Apple CarPlay, but you can hold it and it'll pause, home mode again, it'll play again. Now for most modern cars, this also is capable of having auto hold. So when you're in drive and you're at a stoplight, you don't have to press on your brakes. You could just release your brakes and the car will have your auto hold for you. But if you don't have your seatbelt on, like I have right here, once you engage it, it'll let you know that brake hold is only available when your seatbelt is unbuckled. The parking brake actually engages automatically once you're in drive and you open the driver's door. So for example, you put this in drive, parking brake disengages. Once you open the car door and you try to go forward, it'll actually automatically engage parking brake for you. My next tip would be to show you guys how to lock the door actually when the car is on. The reason to do this maybe is you want to leave the car on with the AC or the heat running, but you want to run up to get something, but you don't want someone to take your car. So here we have the car the key fob right here, and right here you can find the tab to pull out the key. And once you pull out the key, now let's say you want to run back in, you press this, it's gonna beep at you because your car is running and you can't lock it. But what you could do is manually lock it right here, the key right here, and then you could just, okay. Now it's locked. Before I didn't lock it. Okay. And if you want to unlock it, see, the keyless doesn't work. If you want to unlock it, you could just go ahead and turn clockwise, and now you can lock it. Unlock it, I mean. All right, that's another tip. Didn't go as smooth as I thought it would, but you guys get the point. Now to demonstrate the wireless key with the key fob, all you have to do is press this indentation right here. This is how you lock the car. As you can see from here, close up, this is how you lock the car. So we're gonna lock the car right here. And if you have power folding mirrors, it's gonna fold back. And then from here, your key signal is gonna continue to be searching and transmitting and whatnot. But in order for you to prevent someone from repeating your signal and stealing your car, that's very easy. Or like, so what we're gonna do, let's see if this focuses. So it does focus. We're gonna press lock and then unlock twice, and you can see a red blink. And then you see it blink. Here it is. We're gonna try to unlock the car, hands-free unlock, but it's not working because you disable this, right? So in order to enable it back, all you have to do is press unlock once, and then it opens. And then that returns us back to normal. And after that, you could go ahead and just lock it like so. That returns to normal. And that's a really anti-theft safety feature, I mean. You don't need the Toyota Connect app to remote start your car. You could actually start your car using your remote key fob. Okay, so we're gonna press lock, like so. 1, 2, hold it. And it should blink like that. And then once that happens, you should hear the remote start. And I don't think you can see it because the windows are tinted right here, but there it is. So the car is actually on, right? It says ready right there on the bottom left. And the engine's not cranking because it's a hybrid. But then the downside of it is once you open the door, the car turns off, like right here. And yep, you can go ahead and save some money, maybe like $90 a year for the remote app subscription if you don't need it. Alright guys, so next on my list, what I like to do for the winter usually is I like to disable all the sensors for the power sliding doors and also for the power back door, the hatch. So first you have to go to, again, the settings, scroll all the way down to vehicle settings right here, long press OK, and then right here, power sliding doors. But I like to usually for the winter to stop the sensors from searching or scanning, I like to set this to off. The right hand side, I like to set it to off. I like to do this because for the winter, in case the 12-volt drains or there's something covering the sensor, it keeps searching for it, I like to set this to off. And also for the power back door, I usually set it to off right now. And for the opening adjustment, you go ahead and adjust the height, max height, and it goes all the way down like that. And you set it here, it lets you toggle it manually from the back. So I'll leave it here and I'll show you guys the alternative. Now the funny thing was from factory, I think this was actually disabled. So when we had trouble turning on, opening and closing the sliding doors because this is actually disabled from factory. So make sure this is on, all right? Other than that, but you can actually disable manually using this button right here. This, once you press this, it disables all sliding doors. So you see it's grayed out, all right? And when you manually disable it, you can't open the door and it'll beep for you. So when you do this, and it turns on. And speak about sliding doors, I'll talk a little bit more outside. And so the next tip I have is you could actually lock the door before the sliding door actually closes or retracts, right? So we're gonna close the door right here. As it's sliding, you could press on that and the car will lock itself after. So if it's like cold like this and you just want to walk away, but you don't want to wait for the sliding door to close and then press lock, you can actually do that. Now the easiest way to open your sliding door is to search for the Wi-Fi button that you see right there, and then you kick it. One in, one out, and then it opens up really quickly and effortlessly. But again, for the winter, I like to disable it. I enabled it just in case to show you guys, just for reference. To close it back up, of course, once you're in the car, you go ahead and press the button. You can press this button. You can press this button right here. Or, I mean, I don't know why you would do it. It's quicker if you just press the button, but you could go ahead and just kick it and then it goes right back. For the back, it's a little bit harder. I'll show you guys. For me, I have this thing right here, extra bumper guard. So I just kick. But what you're gonna do is just, you can see the sensor right here. It should be right here. So it should, like that. And then it senses and it opens. Right, so it's right smack in the middle. I have this thing right here I just kick it right smack in the middle. All right, so here it is. I'll show you guys just using my leg, which is the main point. But you're gonna find the middle Toyota logo right here, directly below, but have short legs, but you have longer legs, like that, right? So this bumper guard right here kind of defeats the whole purpose of the kick, the kick to close, kick to open. Next on the list, I want to show you guys how to manually set your height. You can actually manually set your height. So you could go like this, like that, pull it down, and you could long press it. Okay, so the next time you open and close, the maximum height will be this height. So we're gonna close it, and then we're gonna open it again, and it should stop like right here. Yep, like let's say right here. You go ahead and shut it like that, maybe a little bit lower, and then long press it. All right. And of course, you could always set it using the software, using the MFD. It has like a range of 1 to 5. So now it should stop like right here. Yep. And in order for me to do it again, you just push it up slowly and just fix it like that. Okay, so maybe I'll just leave it like this. Okay, and then that should be good. And then how do you lock it? You could double press this and then it'll close and it'll lock the door. I'll show you guys. For I think some cars you could just press and walk away and it'll sense that you're walking away based on your proximity, and it's gonna lock the car. But for the Sienna, you actually have to double press this for you to close the hatch and unlock. You have to have your key fob with you. So I don't have my key fob with me, so I'm gonna press the double lock. It's not gonna do anything because my key fob is actually right here. So once I have it, I'm gonna double press it, and then it should stop and lock the car. And then you should see the mirror closing. For the lights, you can actually double tap your lock button to make sure that you don't leave your lights on. I don't know, let's say you're in a hurry and you just want to make sure that your lights don't stay on, right? So as of right now, I'm gonna go ahead and you see it's on, not auto. So I'm gonna turn off the car and it's gonna make a noise because it's on right here. It's warning you to turn your lights off. So once you lock the car, prevent your 12 volt from draining, you could press this just in case, and it's gonna automatically turn off for you so you're not wasting your batteries. Now this is also something that I learned in the past as well. If you have the gas cap or the gas door open, you can't open the sliding door right here. So we're gonna open the gas cover right here, and if you press the sliding door, it's not gonna open. You're gonna hear like a beeping sound, and then when you close it, that's when you're able to just open it. I thought that was pretty cool. And then I think that's about it. Just walk away, kick the bottom, just walk away. All right, so for the Sienna owners who have this rear entertainment system enabled, I think the easiest way is to just connect it using HDMI, like right here. Connect it using HDMI. And we buy one of these HDMI to lightning converters, or HDMI to USB-C, whichever you're using. But we use one of our iPhone minis to go ahead and cast or mirror image the phone itself. And we don't really mess with like we don't use DLNA, whatever that one is, and we don't use mirrorcast, right? We try to set up Chromecast, but it wasn't the easiest. You have to set up your own hotspot and whatnot connected. So we just use a tried and true, I guess, the easiest hassle-free HDMI option. So if you guys are interested in that one, for the new owners, this is what we use to go ahead and broadcast movies in the back. Now one of the last ones I would say is it's self-explanatory. This one, I think it's available in all cars, but this is how you open the moonroof. And then for most cars, it stops like that to, I guess, prevent like wind buffeting or extra noisy cabin. And you have like this much to open. It's not a panoramic or anything like that, but we could get a few more inches from this one. So once we're gonna do is, based on the manual, you could press this again, and it'll go all the way back. So you get a little bit like that. So I didn't know that. I just thought it stopped like right here. But that's an Easter egg. Now for the cars enabled with these auto folding mirrors, I believe, I think that's you need these auto folding mirrors, I think, unless I'm wrong. You could go ahead and have these the side mirrors tilt while on reverse to help you, I guess, parallel park easier. Now we have our toggle switch set to the middle, but once we put this in reverse, you see that nothing's happening, right? But if you tilt it like so, it will go ahead and tilt and let you see the guidelines for the left mirror and for the right mirror, like right there. But you have that toggle switch in the middle between the left and the right. Once you put it in reverse, it's not going to do anything. So that's a pretty neat option, luxury feature that comes with the Sienna. We spoke about this in the last video. The main thing about the Sienna with this center bridge console is the fact that you could lose a lot of stuff. So your phone, all the 2021 owners really experienced this worse, like firsthand. So they were warning everyone in the future. But once you open this, you're at risk for losing your phone, passport, parking passes, whatever it is, right? What I ordered first, before I even got the Sienna, was this EMZ center armrest that prevents you from actually pressing on this and prevents anything from disappearing, especially if you have like a small phone like this, right? And also it gives you like extra padding. But what I found in the recently was this, I'm not sure due to lighting, but this like piece right here that you'd stick using double-sided tape. And it sticks on pretty well, it matches pretty well. And when you open it, it's going to prevent anything from sliding or disappearing into that void, into that area, the space. So we have this iPhone mini to test, and I'm pretty confident now because I've done it multiple times. You're not going to lose your phone, right? And also it's pretty tacky, pretty sticky, I mean, so it's not going to lose itself in there as well. But for those who don't care about this center console, of course you could use this as well. It fits as well, and you have for passenger and driver, you have extra arm space to rest your arms on. Now I'm not sure if this is an extra a hack or tip. I guess it's a tip, right? For all the parents, this is something that I got from AliExpress. Basically lets you remotely control your passenger seat. So this comes in handy when like mommy is in the back or whoever is in the back and they need a little bit extra space because the girls or your babies or toddlers are just like running around and you need extra space. Instead of reaching over on the passenger side and toggling everything, you could go ahead and actually get some more space, create some more space in the back by having this thing right here. So it really does come in clutch, right? I think it follows like all the Kias and whatnot, but I like to set it right here. I hope this was helpful for all the current Sienna owners and the new Sienna owners. I know for new Sienna owners, this should help a little bit. But on that note, that's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.